Your Named Engraved Herein, an award-winning film that beautifully showcases the tragedy that lies within the queer experience. So, why do so many people hate it? To be fair, there are probably only a select few people that hated it per se, but I definitely read some reviews that were less than forgiving. For the most part, Your Name Engraved Herein received an incredible amount of love and praise. But during my research, I stumbled across a niche corner of people who were utterly disappointed by it and felt that it had nothing to offer. What shocked me the most was the public's complete disregard for what Your Name Engraved Herein had set out to do. But then I realized something. The BL industry has cut off the brain's ability to tell apart a romantic film and a film with romantic elements. There were people searching for a rom-com-esque BL to mindlessly entertain them, only to stumble across a devastating retelling of troubled gay youth. Instead of being comforted by a campus romance with a hint of slow burn, they sat down and watched 2 hours of heartbreaking reality. All jokes aside, I can see why a story like this one would be so jarring for an unsuspecting viewer. Normally, BL series are restricted by various factors, leaving conflicts to have relatively low stakes and quick solutions. But Your Name Engraved Herein isn't a BL, or at least not just that. It's a coming-of-age clusterfuck of heartache and grief, and that's exactly what it's supposed to be. The film begins with this line: "Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it," expressing a feeling all too familiar for myself and many others. That desire to be enough, to be correct in the eyes of someone else, whether that be God or the rest of the world, directly interferes with Ji-han's desire to exist as himself. Everyone and everything around him begs for him to turn back, to keep living in the shadows, but he can't. He feels sickened by the very same world that brought this realization upon him. The tension between what he knows to be right and what he knows he's feeling eats away at him as he begins to question everything. This crumbling of his reality shines a light on what many queer people still experience to this day. When I found out that this film was based on the events Patrick Leo suffered himself, my heart sank. He claims, "Originally, my intention wasn't to make a gay film, it was to make a personal film." Most of Birdie and Ji-han's dynamic was based off of his own first love, but one thing stays unchanged. He never got that bittersweet ending. The ending of Your Name Engraved Herein represents what could have been. The reunion of the previously young lovers is nothing but wishful thinking. Their once ever-present love is now riddled with the aftermath of social stigma and law. Though homophobia is of course still forever present and haunts me every day, we're growing up in a much more accepting time than Leo and many others did. He tells reporters, "When I saw people celebrating on the streets, I actually felt a little bit sorrowful, because for the people from my generation, it may be too late for them. Many were not able to catch what he calls the train of happiness. People were upset that Birdie and Ji-han never truly got their happy ending, but failed to remember the others just like them who suffered the same fate." This film set out to display some of the more unfortunate stories that never made it out of that dark place. Your Name Engraved Herein holds on to that sentiment more than anything else. I can't help but feel like this film only disappointed those who chose to ignore that very message. This film isn't just about Birdie and Ji-han. It's about LGBT youth everywhere, past and present. The side effects of hiding and the cost of living your truth. Thank you so much for watching. I originally wasn't going to make a video about this film, as I thought everything I wanted to say had already been said, but here we are anyway. If you still haven't given this film a chance, I highly recommend you do. You can go yell at me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and I'll see you in the comments. Bye!